And we're back. Just got Imperium. Just got things set up to move on to another turn. Going for planetary gravity generator plus 9 food. What? Oi! It's not even funny anymore. Actually, I'm still generating lots of surplus food. Ooh. There we go. That seems to be the place. Okay, that wasn't important, but I do have lots of food again. I'm just gonna sort by food, see where it's all coming from. Perfect. Boink. How are we doing population-wise? Okay. This planet is full up. Alright, let's get a silicoid there. How many can Andromeda support? Oh, there's still plenty of growth room there. Okay. You have the least growth room, so let's take you. And that's the spot. Twink. Okay. 14% chance of the generator? No! Alright. 71%. I don't know why I sounded so surprised. Those weren't exactly strong odds. 71% is certainly better. Oh! Oh! Forgot something. Alright, what's the deal at Trilar now? Oh dear. What now? What? Holy crap! They're just popping off like flies! My word! I don't think I've ever seen another AI go so frickin' genocidal on the other players before. Holy crap! This vanishing. Wow, this is a thing. Well, I've got the planetary gravity generator now. Notably, these species have not been completely eliminated. Well, I can't actually speak for the Klakons, but I do know I still have a Bolrothi colony, I still have a Nolam colony. It's not like the species themselves have been killed off entirely. But, yeah. they are completely out of power now. My word. Subspace physics is next. 2 choices here. Jump gate. This is again an achievement. Passive bonus. Research this and its effects become immediately available to you everywhere. Any of your ships traveling from one of your colonies to another one of your colonies are 3 parsecs per turn faster than they normally would be. Makes it a lot faster to move your ships around from colony to colony. Very useful. Subspace communications allows you to redirect ships that are close enough to one of your bases. Increased radius over lower communications techs. And plus 2 points, 2 command points per base. That could be key for some people. As a warlord, I don't really need that. I desperately need jump gate, so I will go for that. Hey, Chug! Chug has leveled up. Even more pollution cleaned up. Even more food produced by farmers. And even more research points that he himself generates. Settler has arrived at Nazen 2, and I have a planet that has finished terraforming. And by finished, I mean has done a bit of terraforming. Go ahead and treat yourselves to that there gravity generator. It is a low G world, so that will fix the penalty for you. And then more terraforming! Matter of fact, I should see what other colonies can possibly benefit from it. If they can build one, then they can benefit from it. It would not be on offer otherwise. It seems quite a few places. Ah, yes, and now I can start building alien control centers in places too. That's a good thing to double check. While I'm at this, I can do that too. We can put some other things in front before we get that, yeah, okay. Fighter garrison, starbase, stock exchange, terraforming! You're building housing, and you can stay that way. Okay, that was the one I just did. Wait a minute, did I start all the way up? I apparently did not. Damn it. Okay, gravity generator properly belongs here in the list, given its cost to build and the effect it has. Actually, come to think of it, no, it's better than the Holo Simulator. Should go there. Right. Okay, so you're fine, and you're fine. Alright, those have gravity generators, so that's where I left off. And back down here. Terraforming is correct. Alien Control Center I can put in the front. And yeah, both of those before terraforming. But then terraforming! Don't you forget. Shame on me for getting those alien control centers. Surprised Core Tier wasn't like typing in all caps in chat. Adam! Adam! Alien control centers! You may never want to visit Lord BBH's channel, by the way. It's just a random thing I figure I should point out there. Okay. Here we go. Do I still want to sort by food? I'll put it back by name for the moment. 4 turns to the jump gate. One other thing that I should mention, I could refit my ships now, because I just got another physics tech. My battleships... Actually, let me check the design real quick. So there's the Fusor design. Yeah. I filled in the space, and, see, I have more space available on the ship, despite everything being exactly the way it was, and I had it filled full before. There's actually space available now, because the fusion beams have become smaller and cheaper. Smaller and cheaper. I could fit more of them on. The neutron blaster as well. As a matter of fact, I think there's a limit to how many techs how am I trying to say this? I think there's a limit to how many miniaturization levels a technological application will benefit from. I think once you go like 3 techs beyond fusion power, for example, fusion itself no longer miniaturizes. I might be mistaken though. I don't know what the exact number is, but I'm almost certain there is actually a cap. But I don't think I've hit that yet. At any rate, I don't actually need to change the design at this time. But that is something that I could do. I could refit the ships I already have. Is an option. One more turn before you get there. So there are only 3 races left. The Trilarians have just sort of been quietly taking out everybody else. Funny. That implies a strategy. How about I take one of you and the bomber, just for looks, I guess. Send you over to Ursa and build another colony ship nearby. And it looks like home would still be the best place to do that. And put you back over there. Let me remove housing from the list entirely so that when the colony ship is finished, they call me back to the colony screen and I can move everybody back over into research rather than just continuing to produce housing. Not exactly the most efficient thing they could be doing, I'm sure. Okay. Once again, we have ourselves a galactic election. Can't help but notice the room is a lot more empty than it was last time. Odd little sneaky thing. 26 votes total, so it's going to be 18 votes to win. I do believe. I think 17 isn't enough. Or 24 votes total, then 16 would win. 25 would require 17. Yeah. And the humans abstain for once. And you have voted for yourself. And I am good for 14 votes. Not enough to win. It would certainly give the win to the other team if I voted for Ouroboros. Since the humans didn't vote for me, I don't feel compelled to do so myself. So I will abstain. Planet yes. Colony ship will land. Yeah. Easy choice. It will land here. No terraforming necessary. Okay. We need automated factory, robo-miner plant, marine barracks, gravity generator, hollow simulator, hydroponic farm, biosphere, Astro University. Go big, I guess. I won't be able to afford that. Spaceport. Lots of things to build. Have some money. Get a head start on it. Looks like we're getting some gravity generators being finished. Yet more efficiency here. Here, have a robo-miner plant. From there it should be a lot more straightforward. You want to go to another planet? I think you might want to go to another planet. Yeah, you can go straight there. Once they land, I need to get that alien control center in place. For some reason, I keep forgetting to do that. I do not have the spare freighters to send one to Koldon 3 just yet. Okay. Nothing there. We're still good. We're still peacefully coexisting some way, somehow. Wonder how much longer that's gonna last for. there's the jump gate, so if I need to reconvene my fleet, I can do so much more quickly. 2,000 research points, multi-phased physics. I mentioned multi-phased shields earlier. The phaser is perhaps the most adaptable weapon in the game. It is very straightforward. It has no particular strengths or weaknesses. It is a very solid, moderate 5 to 20 points of damage on a shot, and it has lots of modifications available to it, including shield piercing. If a shield piercing weapon hits a shield, that shield arc goes down immediately. Boom. Straight to 0. And it goes straight into the armor. The toughness effect of the shield generator, I believe, still applies. But, yeah, it just straight cuts through that arc. I do believe that it literally reduces the hit points to 0. It's not like it ignores the shield. I think it actually negates it. I think it actually zeroes it out. So if you put other weapons behind it, they don't have the shield to deal with. I believe that's how it works, but it's been a long time. There is a counter to that. There is a technology you can get called hard shields, which adds 3 to the toughness effect of shields, and it renders them immune to shield piercing. At any rate, the final option there, the phaser rifle, that is a ground troop weapon, plus 20%. Only your best rifle applies. The bonuses don't stack or anything. But that would be a nice boost over what I've got right now, which is laser weapons, I think, are the default. I think it's like a plus 5. That would still be a sizable boost. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure I want or need any of the other options here. In the long run, multi-phased shields would be the best, but I actually can't really use that right now. Unless I got class 3 shield off of the humans, it would be pretty much useless to me until I get up to class 5 shield here. And that would mean I'm not taking multi-wave ECM jammer, but then again, I don't think I would need that anyway. I do have the standard jammer, and this one is actually not that much better, all things considered. The Gauss cannon is a very nice, strong weapon, but I am not going to need it with my strategy. At this stage, I usually will take the class 5 shield. Almost always. I think just about the only exception would be is if I already had it somehow off of another player, would I actually research something else. Yes, that's right. It's actually based on the size of the ship. Larger ships have thicker shields. Each arc, yeah, for a class 5 shield, 25 times the ship class, where a frigate is 1 and a Doomstar is 6. So yeah, the bigger the ship, the thicker the shield it has. Yeah, it regenerates 30% per combat turn, unless you've got shield capacitors, then it's 100% per combat turn. Or it could be slightly more than 30 if you've got engineers kicking around. Alright, I need like 60 seconds. I will be right back. So, what does chat think right now? Did I get multi-phased shields or phaser rifle? I'm not getting phaser. I have no need for it. I'll be getting plasma cannon in the level right after this. Alright, sorry about that. The only suggestion was the... yes, it would be nice for my ground combat rating to actually be a positive number. There is a better rifle than the phaser rifle. That is the plasma rifle, which I will not be researching because that's at the same tier as the plasma cannon. So yeah, this is basically my one and only chance to get a better ground combat weapon. And it's probably not going to be strictly necessary, and certainly not as useful as multi-phased shields might be. But there's a certain school of thought that says that's the safer choice. So I will go ahead and take the phaser rifle. That is a tricky choice for me to make. If the Bullrothi were still in the game, then I would definitely be going for that, but they're not. So I'm actually not too concerned, but all the same, it's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. So many eliminated races. The AI's been doing so much of it. That's weird. Weird to me, anyway. Alright, I am building a colony ship. Yes, okay. It will be one turn. My freighters are still in use. A whopping +6 food. Okay, there we go. Peaceful coexistence. Okay, so there's that colony ship. Let me not forget to send it on its way this time. Shunt you guys over research, put housing on in the background, so to speak. So when a race is eliminated, is it a genocide thing, or, I mean, the thing like the other guys are like, hey, that's not cool, man. Yeah, it's not like the first game. I've discussed it before, but I can go over it again quickly. In the original game, when you have ground combat, it's literally colonists against colonists. One race or the other needs to get wiped out entirely. A particular planet can only have one race on it at a time. When you eliminate a player from the game, you have literally genocided their race. Their species is gone, there's none left, and there will be a massive diplomatic penalty for this and all other players. This game, taking a race out of power does not necessarily require genocide, because you can actually capture the colonies of other races, of other species, and hold them for yourself. And that's in fact what I've got here. My own race, the Zotanians, only occupy so many planets here. A lot of these are actually occupied by Darlocks. This one's Nolam, I've got a Bullrothi one up here, and I've got a bunch of silicoids everywhere. Some planets are all their own, and I've even got some where I've put them on planets with other people. I've even got a frickin' silicoid farmer again for no good reason. Let me deal with that while I'm here. So, when you eliminate a player from the game, you are eliminating them from power. It is not necessarily a genocide, and that the justification for that penalty has been removed. But in this game, in fact, if you do happen to commit an actual genocide, this is not something the game recognizes any further, and you would not be penalized for that any further beyond what you would normally be penalized for just for being a warmonger if you were the one who started it all. So yeah, it's like, as I mentioned earlier, the Nolums have been eliminated, the Bulrathi have been eliminated, the Klakons have been eliminated. I had nothing to do with that. But I know that the Bulrathi live on. I have a Bulrathi planet right here. They might not be anywhere else in the galaxy, but they are here. I've got quite a few Darlock worlds, and the Nolums still exist on this world. So the species are still alive. They have not been genocided. The Klakons might have been. I have the feeling that all of these Trilarian worlds are occupied by Trilarians. I have the feeling the ants were bombed into oblivion. Just a thought. But I haven't actually confirmed this. I don't have an easy way of doing so either. Not really a thing. I can't, like, explore in depth on these planets. That's not information that's available to me. You, colony ship, to Ursa. I remembered! Yes! Alright, freighters are still busy. My colonist hasn't arrived. Plus 6 food? Really? Oh, okay then. Plus 6 food. I guess I'm getting an extra 3 credits this turn. Wasteful, but... apparently, I've just lost that much granularity in my, my food quantities. I have finished terraforming on yet another world. That is a Terran. That is done terraforming. May now work on housing and research. Thank you kindly. I have a 1% chance of getting phaser rifle next turn. I've gotten 1% chances to kick in. It can happen. I could. I'd rather... yeah, suddenly this place just has way too much food. Let's go ahead and move one off. It seems that Andromeda 2 is feeding most of my other planets, for whatever reason. Oh, because it's a Gaia! That's why, that's right. It's a Gaia planet. Their farmers are actually generating extra food compared to everybody else. So, it makes perfect sense for them to be the primary farmers. Okay, 1%? Nope. Not too surprising. This is a heavy G world. Ugh. Icky poo. Well, the buildings aren't affected by that. Automated factory, robo-miner plant, but then gravity generator before marine barracks or holo simulator this time. And then I think what we'll do here, yeah, hydroponic farm and Astro University. Yeah, no, we'll do the spaceport first. Yeah, I like that. And I will buy that for you, and probably the robo-miner plant next turn as well. Keeping things tidy. The settler has arrived at Beer Prime. Let me go there right here, right now. To get that alien control center in place. Okay. Stock exchange. And finished here. Well... I think we're gonna start building some defenses. Missile base, radiation shield, fighter garrison, starbase, space academy. Looking good. Looking really good. Better than Napoleonic chance of getting the phaser rifle. And there it is. And that brings us to plasma physics, 3,500 points. These wonderful things. The plasma rifle is the best ground combat weapon in the game at plus 30. The plasma web is a very unique weapon. It persists. When you hit a target with it, the web stays on that target. It deals damage per turn. 5 to 25 points of damage, and it is naturally enveloping, I should mention. It's dealing that to each shield arc, I do believe. But it drains away. However strong it ends up hitting the enemy ship, it will be 5 points per arc fewer the turn after that, and so on. In 5 turns, it's definitely going to drain away completely. Over time, that can be a sizable amount of damage. You abuse the plasma web along with some of the bugs in the PC version of the game, certain unpatched ship systems. The ones that I mentioned at the very beginning of this whole affair, that when we play Hot Seat on a PC, we have to house rule that you're not allowed to use them because they are abusable in this way. It is possible, with enough miniaturization and other technologies to buff it up, to sack the Antaran homeworld with a frigate. Plasma web is the only weapon that actually will deal enough damage over the course of the turn limit of a battle in order to be able to make it happen. to be able to do it with a frigate. You can basically just barely fit one on there, along with the phasing cloak that you can abuse to make your ship completely invincible. It's a dumb thing to try if you have nothing better to do with your life. But I actually have good, strong, sturdy ships, and I need to deal damage as quickly as possible. That's the way my strategy works. So I will be taking the plasma cannon, thank you very much. Naturally enveloping, 6 to 30 points of damage per turn. But it does have all range penalties doubled, the same thing that that fusion beams have. So it's essentially the next level of the fusion beam, the evolution of it. And that is what I will be going for. I will probably not need any more weapons after that one. But if I happen to need any, shouldn't be too bad to go for them. Oh dear, what do you want, sir? You want Astro University off of me, and you are willing to trade to me any of those absolute crap technologies. Mind you, the Dauntless guidance system is actually not too bad, especially if you have missile bases. What the Dauntless guidance system allows you to do is have a missile change targets. If you fired a missile at something, and that something dies, blows up, by being, shot, attacked with other weapons, what have you, those missiles would normally just vanish away. But with the Dauntless guidance system, they can immediately retarget something else. You don't get to choose, but it will find some other enemy to then direct themselves toward. And that can actually be extremely useful. But not so important. Certainly not Astro University important, so I will decline. I am not taking a strong missile-based strategy this game. There are some missile-based strategies that work extremely well. There is another technology that I feel compelled to mention. What category is it under? Oh, it's sitting right here. I could research it right now. Emissions guidance system. This basically tells your missiles to target the tailpipes of the ships that you're aiming at. Pretty mean. It requires 4 times the space and costs 4 times more than regular missiles, but if the missile makes it past the target ship's shields, it directly damages the ship's drive. Forget the armor, forget the structure, forget the random chance of hitting anything else. No, it hits the drive. A single emissions guidance system missile might be enough to make even the Guardian of Orion spontaneously detonate. I have seen that happen. Yes, the Guardian has a tailpipe, and it is mind-blowing. That is one strategy that actually can work for taking down the Guardian. Have a massive fleet of frigates armed with emissions guidance system missiles and just launch that whole volley out there and hope for the best. If you send enough ships, one of those missiles is likely to get through and do it. Yes, it does indeed have a tailpipe. Yes, and when I say I am speaking from personal experience that I have seen this, yeah, some of you in chat were there too, because this was during a hot seat game. This was when I learned the Guardian had a tailpipe. I had no idea. I was shocked. Oh, hey, Duke, you like the shirt? Yeah. Alright. But yeah, I'm not taking a missile-based strategy this game, as perhaps you've noticed. Plasma cannon, please. Only 8 turns. I am getting an awful lot of research. Must be the morale. It certainly helps. Look at that. Used by scientists, Astro University Research Lab morale bonus. Plus the building itself has its own little chunk. Very, very strong. Ooh, let's buy some Robo-Miner plants. Oh, let's buy a Robo-Miner plant. I'll get the other one later. Like right now. Well, once I'm done telling this colony more terraforming. Oh, sorry. You know what? Where is this Samson Prime? Yeah, you don't need the Space Academy yet. Soil enrichment first. Then more terraforming! Alright, Robo-Miner plant. Here it is. Buy that for you. How's the food situation doing? Oh, I can ship another freighter. That's totally a thing I can do again. One of these Darlock worlds full up? Or better yet, Koldon is actually really tiny. Here we go. We can let them, filter in there. Oh. Master of Orion II, battle at Antares, nose itch %. Apologize for the clicking through turns that is going to happen for a short while. One of those things. Okay, your terraforming is done. Get to housing and to research. Your terraforming is also done. Fantastic. Same deal. Housing and research. Oh, and I think it's definitely time for me to move some leaders around, probably. Anyway. The thing. Let's see. Sort by name, actually. Rizalon would still be the top production colony in general, but they're not actually trying to build anything at the moment. I suppose it's actually not all that important. Valen's on Andromeda, Chug's at home. Okay, yeah, actually I like those. I like them right where they are. That's a good assortment. Actually a very good assortment. Alright, I'm happy with this. You're... yeah, just a gas giant. You can't be occupied. Same thing for Sugi. Okay. Humans definitely the smallest force right now. Although not necessarily the weakest. I'm still surprised that the Trilarians haven't, had, like, hostilities with me. What are they doing technologically? I haven't checked in on this in a while. Oh, they've got Xeons. They have flown up the missile oof. Are you kidding me? They have auto labs? Yikes. Okay. That was a thing they did. I'm expecting that. Ooh, they've got cybersecurity link. They don't seem to be actively trying to spy on me or anything. So, alright. I guess if we're friendly, we're friendly. I don't have a strong, compelling reason to change that. The Space Lobster of Death is probably going down, next week. If I'm researching Plasma Cannon now, then I'm very soon going to be able to put together a force that should be sufficient to take it down. I see that happening. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it in an hour, though, so I don't think it's going to be tonight. Let's see. Oh, he's friendly, so am I. I don't see a need to pick on the poor Trilarians. I say poor Trilarians, but they're kind of kicking butt. There's no bonus for the... yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether it's one of mine or one of theirs. But it does matter for production. So the farmer should definitely be my own population. It's, they don't generate pollution if they're a worker. So if anybody's going to be doing producing, it should be them first. The farmers should be my own species. Like I said. And you have no reason to be farming at all. Idiot. I'm getting a lot of extra food here. But I'm also going to need those freighters in a moment. Let's see. You're 4 people away from maxing. Actually, if it's a Darlock world, I want it to max out completely before I send in. Oh, it looks like I've done that out here already, though. Oh no, that was actually at its cap. It's only gone up because I... wait a minute, the Darlocks aren't subterranean, are they? No, they're not. I didn't think so. It's just a smaller world, I guess. Can't fit as many extras on. I should get them here. I've already got one on its way to Koldon, right? Yeah, let's get one to Ursa. I know I haven't done that yet. Lucky from there. Here we go. I'll generate the surplus food for now. I'm fine with this. Terraforming! That is a swamp world, I do believe. Yes, so it's not done yet. More terraforming! Thank you. You know the drill. Okay, settler arrived at Coldon 3, so Alien Control Center. Prioritized there. Home 2 finished terraforming. That is a Terran planet. Nicely done. You get to go to housing. You get to go to research. 65% chance of that plasma cannon being known next turn. Oh, you know what I think I'm going to have to start researching? I want to go up the construction list because I want Titan construction. I want Titan construction, I want automated repair unit. In fact, I might even keep going at that point for robotic factory and deep core mining. I do kind of hate not taking planet construction, but my strategy is such that automated repair unit is clearly the way to go. And I might want to... I'd have to go up higher than I would care for. But some better armor would be really nice. If I could get up to, say, at least Zortrium, that would be pretty decent. And then I can make ships that will probably be good enough to win the game, actually. If I had enough of them. And it would just take the time to build. I have got a lot of command points right now. 5, I've got 12 star bases, each giving me one. The Warlord ability is giving me another 32. And then the Imperium government is giving me a 50% bonus, another 24. 73 total command points. I am not even using half of that. I'm using only slightly more than a third of that. Zotrium armor. Ugh. Have I ever grown a beard like Tom Hanks did in Castaway? I haven't seen Castaway. I'm going to assume it's no anyway. Okay. There it is. The plasma cannon. So, that's some good solid defenses in place. Now, to make the most of it, I want to be able to go on the offensive quite well. It's tempting to make a side trip up computers to get to the Cybertronic computer. Replace those old electronic ones I have. It's another plus 75% chance to hit. Mind you, I rarely miss anyway because I'm right in my opponent's faces. But that is a possibility. It is something I could consider. But no, I think I'm gonna go for construction. I hate this tier. It's completely lame stuff. I'm not gonna use any of it ever. Advanced damage control is completely redundant with my species being cybernetic. Fast missile racks are only useful if I'm using missiles, and I'm not. And assault shuttles would be hilarious given what my ground combat rating is. It's just pathetic. I will take assault shuttles because they might be useful eventually, maybe. Actually, it's tempting to take advanced damage control instead, and then see if I can trade techs with the humans, see if they want that, willing to give me anything for it. I actually don't mind if another player has that. Nah, I'll take the assault shuttles. Settler has arrived at Ursa 2. Great. Alien Control Center, if you would. Great. Oh, I'll buy that gravity generator for you, sure. Money, not a shortage right now. So at this point, are there any colonies that don't have a silicoid presence? Nazen Prime and 3 don't yet. Lone Prime actually has a Darlock presence on it, but no silicoid yet. Mind you, they've got plenty of room to grow before I get a silicoid on there anyway. Is there actually room for another? It doesn't matter. Oi! Someone's gonna be farming. It's gonna be my own species. Should not be any silicoid farmers. Actually, in this planet, it doesn't matter. Because we're doing research, not production anyway. All the same. Probably get a Nolam doing farming here. Actually, that looks to be entirely unnecessary. You probably don't need to be farming either, do you? No, you don't. Okay, so let's get, I'd rather have more Darlocks here. Must be all the terraforming that you did. You got the population max up that high. It's tempting to actually move all of the... Tempting to move my species off this planet entirely. But I don't think I actually need to go through the effort of doing that. Let's get a... It's 5 out of... You're close enough. Let's get a silicoid here. Okay. That's about all I can do there. Ooh, wow, that jumped from 4% to 100%. I think I could do with fewer researchers today. Ooh, 98%, so, not that fewer. There we go. Let me guess, 99. Good, thought so. There we go. Perfect. Salt shuttles. I'll never use them, but there they are. Astro Construction! Battloids! Battloids are essentially an upgrade for armor barracks. If you didn't already have the armor barracks tech, this essentially obsoletes it. This allows your armor barracks to be built if you didn't already have that tech. Or either way, the ones you would already have would produce basically mecha instead of tanks. They have an additional bonus to their combat rating and take an additional hit to destroy. So more ground combat protection there. Ground batteries join the missile base and the fighter garrison for planetary defense installations. This actually allows you to fire your beam weapons from your planet to enemy ships at the colony. You get both heavy mount and point defense versions, the best weapon you have of each type. Yes, the point defense ones will actually try to stop incoming missiles. I don't think they can do anything about bombs, but they can shoot at missiles heading for the planet. And of course the heavy mount ones will, you can attack enemy ships with. So yes, it allows your planet to shoot. Fun stuff, especially if you've got really good beam weapons, like the plasma cannon. But I don't want any of those. I want Titan construction. This allows me to build ships bigger than battleships. This makes ship class 5 available for construction, and I want that so much right now. I am going to do that right this instant. Well, it's going to take a few turns to research, but yes, that is what I'm going for. Gimme. There it is. There we go. And wasting no time, going straight on to... Oh, actually, I'm going to waste a little time to tell you what these other ones are. I love planet construction. I always hope I get this. In the same way that a colony base is something that you can build on a planet that allows you to start a colony on another planet in that star system, planet construction allows a colony that has a gas giant or asteroid belt around its common star to form an actual livable planet out of that material. They will condense the asteroid field or gas giant into an actual planet, which you can then colonize with a colony base or ship. I love that. And as I mentioned before, under Murphy's rules, you can take a tiny, toxic planet, obliterate it completely with the late-game weapon Stellar Converter, turn it into an asteroid belt, and then use planet construction to condense it into a huge, mineral-abundant, non-toxic planet. Just one of those strange little quirks. And then the Recyclotron is an interesting one. In much the same way that soil enrichment is +1 food per farmer on the planet where you build it, the Recyclotron is +1 production per worker on the planet where you've built it. And notably, that production bonus, what the Recyclotron provides, does not get factored into waste. It causes no environmental destruction. You do not have to... They will never count against your waste level. You will always get that amount of production for free. It will always be above and beyond what pollution would count against. So it's a good, solid way of getting a nice extra chunk of production out of your working planets if pollution is still a problem for you in particular. But yeah, I want the automated repair unit. 20% of armor and structure, and 10% of the ship's internal systems. Ship systems, that's what I tried to say incorrectly there. Each turn during combat, that many hit points restored. And that stacks linearly with the native ability of cybernetic races like myself. So, yeah, I am getting... And I think that's, what, 10% and 5%, respectively? I'll actually double-check that right now. I can simply go, not there, but here. Right-click cybernetic, yes. 10% of a ship's armor and structure, 5% of a ship's internal systems. So yeah, it takes the healing ability that I already have and triples it. They add together. It makes it extremely difficult for my ships to be taken down because the enemy needs to be able to deal a certain amount of damage per turn just to get any of it to stick. Works wonders. Absolute wonders. So I am definitely going for that next. No doubt about it. I've got another farming silicoid. Let's make him useful again. Oh yeah, I can totally get you guys back over there, huh? That would be good. More research. Oh, and it's time for the Antirans again. Ooh, really? While carrying out secret high-level experiments, Trilarian scientists stumbled upon the secret of molecular control. Ooh. Also making headlines today, Your empire now numbers 9 star systems, more than any other empire. Oh, nice. Really? Anyway. Terraforming. Okay, I never did get you that Space Academy. May as well build it now. I'd rather not sit on it. Ooh! They are sending a cruiser to Trilar. I have no idea if they are going to be attacking one of their worlds or mine. I have no way of knowing. Why take the chance? I've got jump gates. Yeah, they can get there nice and fast. How is that Trilarian colony doing anyway? Oh, they've got like everything. Okay, great. Beautiful. Food. Works. Lots and lots of space dust. Yeah, we found it stuck to a Katamari. It was the strangest thing. Titan construction. I love it. Absolutely love it. Getting 100 BC profit a turn. Wow. Things are going quite well right now. Oh, I hope I didn't just jinx myself. How are you guys doing? You're close enough. Let's get a silicoid over to Nazen Prime. Got lots of them here. Oink. There you go. Get one on Nazen 3 eventually, but not quite yet. And still a little low on the population. Let more Darlocks fill it out. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? I very much feel like I'm forgetting something. But, I don't know what it is. Surprised I haven't had any offers from leaders in a while, especially given how rich I am. Be surprised by that. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to mention. Every now and then, the not the Trilarians. The Antarans, before they raid, will actually tell you that they are raiding you, in the sense that they will actually communicate with you. There's a special screen that comes up. It's a bit of a jump scare, actually. I will warn you of this if that happens. But, yeah. That actually hasn't occurred yet, and I'm kind of surprised it hasn't, since they did come for one of my colonies already. Samson Prime has finished terraforming. No, it hasn't. More terraforming. Can't fool me. Okay, you guys can. I know you've got nothing else. Let's put housing there. Okay. Like we're all going to arrive in time to fight that cruiser if the Trilarians come after me. 96%? I think I want to make that 100. And I think, well, first off, if I can freely do that. Yeah, okay. That wasn't enough. I had a feeling it wouldn't be. Let's do something like this. 99. Okay. Add one of them. Nope. The other? Still 99. We're building a star base. I don't want to interrupt that. Oh, you're even smaller. Alright, yeah, it is gonna be you. My people. The Darlocks have a production bonus. There we go. Here we go. Combat at Trilar. Not if I can help it. Alright, the Antirans must have gone after a Trilarian colony. Hey Jod, how's it going? That's not a problem. There's the automated repair unit. Okay, we have ourselves a good ship. Alright. Alright, that's... that's an extremely unpleasant itch. I'm going to need about 90 seconds. I'll be right back. Oh. Rumps? I know who Crumps is, but I certainly... I'm assuming that FF is Final Fantasy, so, yeah, I know those early Final Fantasy games are pretty, impressive. Say as I blame you. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh. The wire stuck on something back there. Okay. Is that the wrong angle or something? Being a bit pushed out. That's a lot better. Watch that more carefully. Oh. I can attend to that after. Alright, so, instruction. I think I'm good in that department now. I said I wanted better armor. Let's go get that. That would be under chemistry. So we have a choice here. We can get better missiles. The Merculites. Missile bases will, be armed with those. Pretty strong, actually, for the second-level missile. Or the pollution processor. This is something that I can build on a colony that significantly reduces how much production I don't get as a result of waste. It, yeah. I only generate half, actually, no, it's slightly better than that. It's not that I have half the waste. The amount of production that goes into the calculation to determine how much waste I have is cut in half, which means it's actually going to be a greater reduction than just cut in half for the actual waste. Given the way that it scales up, the more production you have, the more waste you have per point you add on. So it's, it is useful. And on the tier beyond that, we have the Atmospheric Renewer, which does the same thing, except it quarters it instead of halves it. And it stacks with a pollution processor, so if you bother to build both, you have almost no waste whatsoever. But given how much of my production is being done by tolerant races, I have no need of those whatsoever. So yeah, I think I'm actually just going to go for the Merculite missile. Although, when I look at the very next tier, it's slightly heartbreaking because I don't think I've got anything better here to get than the Pulsar missiles. Although I suppose I could get Iridium fuel cells, but at this point I don't think I actually need the increased range. I think I can hit anything in the galaxy, from where I'm at, yeah, you can totally go anywhere. Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. I don't know why that just entered my head, I'm sorry. Yeah, I actually don't need that. Although I could probably trade it to the humans, I bet they would value it significantly. Despite it being pretty much useless to me, it might actually be pretty useful to them. Might get something halfway decent out of it. I wouldn't mind sharing it with them. Yeah. I'm a little more tolerant of that than most streamers, I figure, but as long as you're not in here, like, just doing advertising for just one guy over and over, then I don't mind that sort of thing being mentioned. Okay. Merculite missile. That did not take long at all. Probably because of how many research points I have now. That was pretty cheap. 650 at this point is not that much to me. Well, I do actually still have some pollution on the planets where I have a lot of population. I suppose the atmospheric renewer would not be a waste. That is totally something I could still do. There is a way of eliminating pollution entirely on a planet, and there's a tech here for that, the core waste dump. What it does is just completely eliminates pollution on the planet. But that's also paired with deep core mining, and that's the third tier of the cycle. Automated factory, robo-miner plant, deep core mining. It's the effect of the two of those first ones together, and again it stacks. Plus 3 production per worker, and just 15 from the building alone. I would much rather take deep core mining than core waste dumps. So yeah, I will go ahead and take the atmospheric renewer at this stage. It would not be a waste. There is still, on some colonies, a significant amount of waste, and the atmospheric renewer is going to clear out so much of it that it's going to be, yeah. The pollution processor would be overkill on top of it. And I really don't need better missiles than Merculites for now, anyway. Biospheres. This is the ultra-rich world. Well, let's get soil enrichment going on it. Spaceport. You're probably... Hey, yeah. You're actually really behind on that. Stock exchange as well, then. Research lab, and then let's get some defenses going. Missile base, radiation shield, fighter garrison. Oh, and that's the queue filled. Oops. Well, you're just gonna have to wait for anything else, then. Oh! Yeah, the Antarans did a number on the Trilarians. I'm pretty sure there was still a battle station and a missile base on this world. Not anymore. I didn't think that was what I was forgetting to do, is look and see what damage was done there. That's what happened. Alright, so I've got my entire fleet here, and I do have jump gates now. What planet do I have... What star do I have the most planets at? The Chrysalon? Chrysalon and Nazin. That's unfortunate, because they're at, like, the edges of the galaxy here. Unless you guys are already maxed out. You're about to be. I guess it's not going to matter then. I was going to park them over the planet with the most space academies in order to get the most experience, but it actually doesn't even matter for much longer because they're already ultra elites. Vast majority of them, and the rest are very, very close to it. So they're just gonna get capped soon. If we could have fewer farmers on the smaller planets, that would be ideal. That's why I like to sort by food. I first look to see if there's any colony that's generating just way too much food, it's raw surplus, and I move them over first. And then I go to the bottom and slide them over. Those are the planets that we're probably in most need of getting something else built anyhow. Yes, definitely past tense. Not a thing any longer. 88% chance of getting the tech next turn, and I don't think... Yeah, I have actually very few people doing production right now, so I'm not going to be changing that number. I'm going to hope it's enough. And it was. Okay, great. But I did all that so I could do, well, one of these things. Oh, man. The thing is, I know if I'm going to go this far down, I'm going to want to have adamantium armor. Thorium fuel cells is totally unnecessary. That's just straight up unlimited fuel range. There isn't even a number associated with it. But adamantium armor is exactly what you would expect it to be. The next tier of armor. I should mention that there is actually one set of armor that's better than adamantium, and that's Zentronium armor. That's an Orion level tech. And not only is it even more hit points than the best armor you can research, it is also naturally... what's the term I'm looking for? Resistant to armor piercing. Armor piercing weapons actually do not affect it in that regard. So that is perhaps the one and only Orion level technology that is actually strictly superior than the best you can research. Most of the Orion level techs in this game are extremely good, but really only comparable or perhaps even slightly inferior to the top tier things that you can research yourself. Zentronium armor is the clear exception to this. Clear exception. Yeah, there you have it. But I suppose I wouldn't actually need to go that high up into the tree. It would be nice to grab Xeon missiles, to be certain those are the best in the game. But yeah, I suppose I had better grab Zortrium now, because I don't see myself immediately going up to here and then to here, and that's a lot of research points I don't think I want to spend at this time anyway. But what these other items are, nano disassemblers is yet another means of reducing pollution. Notably, this one is an achievement. It is a passive bonus. Doubles the number of production units a planet can produce before any pollution is created. It takes the start of that formula and shunts it further ahead. And yes, that does then stack with pollution processor and atmospheric renewer. Massive overkill. Nano disassemblers alone is great if you ended up skipping both of the earlier ones for whatever reason. And microlight construction, just straight up +1 production for all of your workers, and this is also an achievement. This is empire-wide. Straight up +1 production for all workers, immediately and permanently. Pretty solid, and very, very tough to pass on, but yeah, I don't need that. What I need is better armor. So Zortrium it is. Okay, looks like I have a couple colonies that are going to be asking me what to do with themselves right now. Fair enough. You, if the only thing you have to build is the atmosphere renewer, forget it. Just go straight to research and do housing instead. If you have to switch over to production later, I can give you the atmospheric renewer first. Give you plenty of time to fix that up. Spaceport, yes, this planet here still has quite a few things to build. So they are going to get that atmosphere renewer. When they are done building things, I will probably sell it off. That is actually something that you can do. I haven't done this yet, but that is something that I can do. As a matter of fact, something I tend to do maybe a little later in the game than this eventually. I'll sell off all of my hydroponic farms. It reaches the point where I don't need them anymore. I would rather have the money. I would rather stop paying maintenance on them And it's just, I'm swimming in food and freighters. I would rather just deal with it that way. But for now, I am finding them to be very convenient. It's nice to have that little extra bit if a planet gets blockaded, as I mentioned earlier. So yes, you are going to start with an atmospheric renewer. Soil enrichment's actually not going to be important to you just yet. Although it's probably going to give you a farmer at some point when I'm not looking. You know what? Go ahead and build it. You can even do it next. And if you're going to afford Denastro University, you're going to need a stock exchange. So let's do that. And then you can have biospheres and a research lab. And then we're going to need some defenses. Missile base. You've got a lot to build, so I'm quite happy to let you have that atmosphere renewer. So let's see. Coldon 3. It's not going to gain a pop next turn. It's currently generating 6 waste. That's 6 production per turn the planet could be giving me, but isn't. The atmospheric renewer has a maintenance cost of 3. I'm just going to go ahead and rush by that. Coldon 3. I want to check that next turn. Coldon 3. Oh, yes, you guys can go back to production. Ooh. Yes, you can have an atmosphere renewer. You're going to be at terraforming long enough there. That's 23 waste. So, yes, 6 here and 23 here. Oh, election time. Nano machines in your atmosphere. Yeah, I can understand that. Oh, the humans voted for me again. I'm honored. 29 votes total. I do believe that requires 20 to win. You've got 9 for yourself. I've got 17. I could vote for myself here and win the game. And I've only got 15 minutes left in my stream. That would actually be good timing if I just plain wanted to win the game, but I promised you I would not be winning the game this way. So I'm going to abstain. I promised you I was not going to win this way. I'm going to sack the Antarean homeworld. I am going to do that. So, yeah. I shall have to decline. Shall have to abstain. Going for the big points. Again, this isn't exactly a score run like I did with Master of Magic. If I wanted the best possible score, I would have to play on a larger map. But, all the same, I am going to try to at least do halfway decent in that department. And I am going to get the bonus for sacking the Antarean homeworld. I promised you I would win the game that way, and that is what I am going to attempt to do. So let's see. Coldon 3 now has no waste whatsoever. The atmospheric pollute... The atmospheric... The hell was it called? Shame on me. The atmosphere renewer was actually sufficient to reduce it to 0 in that case. Samson Prime will have its atmosphere renewer next turn. And there's the armor. Great. I'm going to have some awesome stuff to build. There's another tier of armor available right here, but I'm going to be going up some other tree for the time being. Haven't touched biology in a while. I think I might want to do that. Power is not as interesting, really. Not as important to me at this time. I think I'll go biology. I already have terraforming. Chug gave that to me. So after I finish this tier, I will actually jump straight to this one. Some other really useful things in here too that I think yeah, let's go for biology. So microbiotics increases the growth rate, population growth rate on my worlds, 25%. And if the enemy is packing biological weapons, it makes them less likely to kill my people. Something that I happen to really like. Telepathic training is what I would be taking if the frickin' Darlocks were still in the game, or the Nolums for that matter, given what they've shown. It just adds a small amount to spy rolls. At this point, I think the microbiotics is going to be a lot more useful. Oh, that would be the humans. I know he's here somewhere, I can hear his theme music. Ah, yet another important moment in history, huh? You want the phaser rifle! And that's, oh! Okay. So that's a more interesting list of things you're willing to trade. Battle stations, huh? You've got a deal. I will take battle station. You can have the phaser rifle. I like that. That is a worthwhile trade. That was quite equitable. All you places building housing? I got something for you to work on in the background. Oh, really? Did I frickin' forget another one? Battle stations. That's actually going to take a long time, so you know what? I think this is a... Oh, wow, look at that. Yep. Tolerant races, no pollution whatsoever. None. No need for an atmosphere renewer at all. Same thing there. Alien Control Center, battle station. Here we're gonna need a an atmosphere renewer, I think. Probably a good idea. Well, you'll have the battle station in just 3 turns anyway. I feel like it's gonna be... You know what? Go ahead and build it anyway. I don't know if it's actually gonna pay for itself or not. Yeah, go ahead and build it. Build it. Here we're definitely gonna build it, because it's gonna take longer anyway. Most of these worlds. I can always sell it later. And then rebuild it after that if I find I still need it after even that. So I'm going to be slowing down research for the moment, but totally worth it. Let's see, let's add on to here. Oh, wait a minute. Have we got, oh yeah, we want the atmosphere renewer, alright. In fact, let's do that first. After that, fighter garrison, yeah, it's starbase. You never want to just straight build a battle station. There is no need for this whatsoever. If you already have the starbase somewhere, you pay only the difference. You see here, battle station would be 1,000. A starbase is 400. If I come to some place that's already built its starbase, you see the battle station is 600. So you get the starbase and then continue to build it up into a battle station. So you've got the starbase right away. I think the only reason why you wouldn't want to do it that way is if you're particularly stingy and you don't want to pay the maintenance cost for the starbase while you're still on your way to a battle station. But if you can't afford to do that, then you probably shouldn't be building a battle station in the first place. Just one of those things. So, yeah, I'm going to set it up that way. Soil enrichment. Oh, you've got a long list of things here. You don't have any pollution at all, right? Oh, that's right. This place already has an atmosphere renewer. Missile base. Fighter Garrett. No, actually, radiation shield before that. Terraforming. Let me actually build the battle station first. And before I forget, Space Academy and then terraforming, sure. Here... Totally tolerant races, so straight to battle station. Same thing here. Oh, alien control center and then battle station. Oops. Missed another one. And then down here... Lots of things we don't need on a silicoid-only planet. Battle station there. Same thing here. Oops. This clicked. You've got a lot more to build. A lot more. You actually are generating some waste. Let's get that atmosphere renewer going. Stock exchange. Astro University. Biospheres. Soil enrichment. That's gonna be all I can fit. And then a battle station for you. It will definitely cost me some maintenance. It will totally be worth it. Yeah, it can often be easy to forget when you've been building up colonies like that. But I got some good ships here, so I'm not too concerned. Mind you, I can have even better ships, and once I've got a battle station finished, I want those first. Then I can build something really, really nice. Really nice. That unfortunately I'm not going to be able to use until next session, I think. Oh no, what now? A giant space hydra is being tracked entering the galaxy. It is unknown at this time which system it will target, but the results will be devastating if it is not stopped. So these things are fun. Oh, look at that! It's going for Nazen. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to, send the fleet over to meet it. This will actually be the first time that I've had no ships over Trilar in quite some time. But then we've been coexisting at Jabo as well. Actually, that's just an outpost. I probably don't even need anymore, but... Alright, they should be able to take down the Hydra. I'm not too concerned. With that said, though... Nazen? Figure it couldn't hurt to, get some extra battle stations up, right? I think I'm only going to be able to have the one. Their star bases should be fine. Starbase will be packing a plasma cannon. Shouldn't be an issue. Okay. Like we've got some finishing here. Yes. Need any of that? No. It is time, and this is the place. Titan! This looks like my own version of the Guardian Space Lobster. I really like that ship design there. Okay, I want this ship to have automated repair unit, battle scanner, ECM jammer, heavy armor, reinforced hull. I wish I could put an inertial stabilizer on there too, but I don't have the space for that. Fusion drive, Zortrium armor. Only weapon it needs is the plasma cannon. And even make it heavy mount. Actually, let's do... Would I rather have one heavy mount or two standard? Actually, I can have 3 standard. That's the correct course of action. 3 plasma cannons. Kind of wish I had... Well, I do have the space for a neutron blaster on there as well, come to think of it. Chance to kill Marines. Oh, that's going to be less important. Let's get some point defense, Barn. Continuous won't actually cost anything extra. Too large to fit 2 of them, unfortunately. We can have 1. A little extra protection against incoming missiles. It's not much, but it's something. I do have the ECM jammer, so hopefully missiles aren't too much of a problem. That, and I still have all of those battleships. Their main job will probably become shoot down the missiles. And I can worry about these ships' other units. What should I name this? Mont78, welcome. Good to see you here. Anyone have any ideas? Actually, I probably shouldn't jump down that rabbit hole. I suppose I could auction off the name, but I don't want to take the time to do that. Yeah, I want my ships to not die. I build very, very defensive ships. They will be able to tank anything. They'll kill the enemy eventually. I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about my ship not dying. Plasma cannons. I love it. This is the Oswin. Done deal. Oswin! And hopefully it will do some Oswinning as well. Well remembered. He's referencing a Tactician Tuesday title here. Okay. Islon 2 finished building battle station. Great. You can also build Oswins. Oswins, plural. You go the other eggshells armed with sledgehammers. Yeah. The glass cannon archetype. Yeah. Okay, well, we are going to be ending this session with at least one interesting battle, I suppose. Ooh, I just had an idea. Nope. That would be just a little too much. Yeah. I was seeing if I could afford to buy one at any of these colonies, but no, I can't. Ah, well. Would have been nice. Would have been nice to have one present for this battle here and now, but... Nope, they are going to have to wait until next session, I'm afraid. Alright. Here we go. How nasty is this Space Hydra? Okay, so it has 3 times the hit points that Dragon did. And it is 5 plasma breaths. It's armed with whatever that works out to. Oh yes, and it has the energy absorber. Some portion of damage that I deal to it with beam weapons, it will reflect back at its shooter. Oh well, I'm just going to have to tank it. Nothing for it. Yeah, you can see it stores up this energy field. And it will be able to shoot that at my ships when it gets closer. Charge! That's what we do. I build my ships to make the tactical considerations as simple as possible, curiously enough. Out of range of that laser cannon, not too surprised. This is the first battle this ship has actually been in? I think it is. Hey, it did damage! The bomber is not going to be able to do anything at all. But provide moral support. Okay, the missile base and the fighter garrison can unlaunch its... Unlaunch? Can launch its volley at the Hydra. And the star base. It's got some armaments. Heavy plasma cannons in range. 120 damage from that alone. Nice. Oof! That was a big chunk. I'm glad I got that better armor. If I didn't get that better armor, I think my planetary facilities would have half the hit points they do right now. Alright, the Hydra's probably only going to last 2 more turns. I don't think I'm dropping it this one, but it's probably going to fall pretty quickly at the start of the next turn. As I get my weapons in range here. All that dissipation penalty of fusion beams subsides. There, I helped! Well done. Right behind you. Maybe I should rename this ship to the Discourager of Hesitancy. We go. The fighter garrison, the ships are en route, but I can fire a new volley of missiles. Those missiles get to the Hydra, that's probably going to be it. No, alright. No, we're still good. We are still good. Yeah, that Hydra doesn't have much left now. Ooh! Fired that weapon in response. Didn't have much energy in it, though. Fired most of it against the planet. Immobile! Yeah, monsters may not be boarded. Oh yeah, I should totally do this. Oh, it needs to actually be the planet's turn. When it's a planet's turn to fire, and you go for the self-destruct button, it says, "Nice try," but planets cannot self-destruct. I should actually try to remember to show that off at some point. And away it goes. Victory. Director Grog, the Nolam capitalist. I'm surprised I didn't see you sooner. He has mega wealth. He pays me. I don't have to pay him beyond the hiring fee, anyway. Initial there. He is a labor leader and a financial leader. He's pretty decent. But I also don't really have a strong need for him. Give me just a moment and I will get back to that. Okay. Let's go for housing again. Got plenty of room there. Yeah, that was a good reduction, as it were. Let's get you on research. Where is that atmosphere renewer? I will go ahead and sell that. Not needed there any longer. And, right. There was something I wanted to remember to do before I ended this. It was just on the top of my mind. Where did it go? Crap. Sorry, bear with me for a moment here. Was it? This is gonna bug the crap out of me now. Got Oswin's building, battle station going. I literally cannot think of it. Oh! Leaders. Right, okay. You cannot have more than 4 leaders of each type. And when a leader is sitting here waiting to be hired, they are still plugging up one of those available slots. So, if I want anyone else to possibly come by and offer their services as a colony leader, I have to get rid of somebody off of this list, and I most certainly do. There are some far better leaders than what I'm looking at right now, and I really need to get that dealt with. It bugs the crap out of me that none of the leaders I have been offered to hire have the famous ability. The famous ability reduces the cost of hiring for other leaders and makes better leaders more likely to come by. It's sort of a scale that stacks up. It makes the better leaders come by more regularly. The fact that not a single one has shown up yet really cramps my style, as I mentioned earlier. When I was putting the race together, I want to get some really, really good leaders. That's why I took some of the combinations that I did, and it's just not happening. Grog will not solve that problem. I like that he's a labor leader, but I'm not convinced he's actually better than anyone else that I have listed here. I suppose he might be superior to Chug at this point. Environmentalist, farming leader, not quite so important. Those 15, those research points that he himself provided, very, very useful early on. And he came with terraforming, so that was particularly strong. But right now, I feel like he's perhaps the one who's underperforming here. That, and I can't help but think that if I'm only going to have 3 star systems with leaders, that one of them should be Nazin at this point. I do actually have 3 planets there. Home only has 2. Andromeda is still pretty strong, though. Alright, so I think I'm actually at this point going to dismiss Chug. It has been a pleasure. He might actually come back later. Ask me to hire him again. He will have leveled up, and he will have done so faster than he would have done so working for me. That's often what leaders will do if you dismiss them. They essentially go and train and then submit their resume again, so to speak. Alright, take care, Duke. Catch you next time. So I will indeed hire Grog. And I will assign him... Yeah, I will assign him to Nazin. And that frees up the slot. Hopefully someone else will come along who is one of the the top tier colony leaders. Alright, +6 food. Let me take a quick peek at that before I call it. Nope. Did do it there. Probably better do it here. Yeah, let's do it there. Nason 3 is getting closer to its cap. It's not quite there yet. I don't want to forget that I sent someone over there, so I'll save that for next time. I do also still have Null Prime. That's we'll want a silicoid eventually, but not yet. Alright, I am going to call it there. It has been 4 hours of streaming. Time for me to take care of a number of other things before I call it a night. Did I get the underscore? No, I did not. Wow. 3 in a row. Alright. Actually, there's one other little thing that I haven't shown off yet. I actually pick quit game. There's actually a little pop-up window that shows up back in Windows when you quit out. Thanks for playing Master of Orion II. Thought I'd show that off. I don't know why I hadn't been doing so previously, but yeah, there you go. So that campaign will be resumed 1 week from now, -4 hours. I should have some Oswins prepared, and my objective before the end of that session is to sack Orion. Yes, thank you for playing. I am hoping to have Orion taken at that point. And depending on whether or not the Trilarians and or humans are still friendly with me, there's actually a very good chance that the Anterans will not be far beyond that. I actually only expect this campaign to last 2 more weeks. 2 more sessions should be it. I think that will cover it. I can talk a little bit more about what I'll be doing for the remainder of the week later, but for now I will give you a sign-off. Thinking of those watching this later on the video, so take care. Enjoy yourselves, enjoy the holidays, if you're watching this at around that time. It's probably closer, it would probably be around that time that I end up highlighting this and get around to it, so that seems an appropriate thing to say. Enjoy yourselves out there. Never forget to play. I will catch you next time.